We are live from DJ J Nasty Studios, system in place. Welcome to episode number 21.
21, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing?
We are legal.
Oh, yeah. It's our 21st birthday.
We celebrated our quinceañera like a couple weeks back, and now it's our 21st birthday. So I'm glad that you guys are here to join the journey.
It's like dog years over here.
Salud.
Cheers.
Pour my little water.
Salud.
Yes, hey.
And we have a special guest today.
Special guest.
A
Welcome.
special
What's going on, guys?
guest. Unexpected special guest.
Tony just came in for a surprise. You know, me and Jay Nasty here, we're thinking about doing our own podcast too. So we're just trying to see how this goes. See if we're pretty good together, which is, you know, we had like an hour beforehand conversation. It's lit. So
You have a really
by.
great voice too.
Yes,
So
you
like
do.
it, girl? What up? What's
Hey.
going on? Like that?
what's going? Let's.
No, seriously,
It
you
does. You do have
Think so?
yeah. That's what I was telling him. I was like, man, when I first met you, I was like, man, that guy's fucking sick. I was like, this guy just fucking, you know how he takes care of weddings. It's just like, oh yeah, oh follow me, do this, da da da. I need you to do that, bam bam. And when I'm doing weddings, I'm just like, hey, can you? I think we're ready to go to the next level. I think we're ready to go to the next event. Can I get you guys rounded up? And this guy's just like more on top of his game. Like, bam, bam,
Let me
bam.
fuck this up right now because
So-
my girlfriend thinks I have gay voice. So when I talk to her, she's like, when I first talked to her on the phone, like I met her on Hinge. You guys ever use Hinge?
No.
Nah, I was
Nah.
on Tinder for a little bit, but it was weird because I knew a bunch of people on there, and I was like, yeah, this is not what I wanted.
This is Facebook.
Yeah, so I think Hinge does it a little bit different. I think they try to avoid like your friends and stuff. But
Oh.
I met her on Hinge, and like when I started talking to her on the phone, I gave her my DJ voice. I was like, "Hello, hi, what up, girl?" And she was like, "This guy's gay."
He's like, oh no.
But I showed her that night that I wasn't.
Oh,
And they're still together.
We are.
that's great. Great story.
Oh, I love that.
You're welcome, guys.
I'm sure she's very appreciative of that.
She's so proud.
And she's like,
So-
yes. I'm so
I mean,
glad I
hopefully
didn't
she
waste
doesn't.
my time.
Yeah, well, hopefully she doesn't listen to this podcast. But if you are Bethany, I love you.
That's a beautiful name, by the way.
Bethany, you think so?
I think so. Reminds me of the Real Housewives of
She's
Bethany.
cool.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
her.
How do you say it in Spanish? Because Bethany, or how do you say?
Bethany.
That's like
Bethany?
Italian.
Bethany. It's Italian.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
Stephanie,
She
but then
white.
they just took the B. They put a B.
Bethany.
Yeah, she
Stephanie.
white though. White.
She's white.
She's white.
What?
Yeah. From
From
like
the South?
I'm gonna fuck this up. From Oklahoma.
Is
That's
that
why.
Midwest? No, No, it's not
I
Midwest.
actually think
I think
that's
it's
pretty
Midwest,
hot.
yeah, yeah.
I think
Midwest?
that's hot when they have that accent. I
Does-
think
does
it's
she have-
The what?
Does she have an accent?
Nah.
Then why are you
I don't
talking
think
like
so.
that? Why are you making it seem like
I feel like anyone from like the Midwest talks like this.
The
What?
what? Yeah.
That's the only
I like it.
That's the only word I know how to say though. What?
Wow.
Or get.
Get.
Get her over there.
Get her.
Get her. Get her.
So how was your guys' weekend? Tell me about it.
My weekend was fucking amazing.
Mine too.
Woo! You can go first.
Okay, so I felt like this was the first weekend that I felt like my old self in a semi-normal world. I went to a park and rave on Friday,
Oh.
Yeah.
but you know me, I don't do regular shit, so I was backstage. So I got
VIP.
escorted through a separate entrance. Someone came out, met me, gave me my wristband, and I was honestly in disbelief, like walking up, seeing the stage, like, is this real? There's a whole fucking stage right in front of me. Like, what the fuck? It was fun. I danced a little bit, had some in and out.
What was the rave part though? Like who's playing?
Good Times Ahead. Well, that's who I know. And then like some other people. I don't know. That's not my scene. It's my people, but it's not my scene. Does that make sense?
Where was
Yeah.
that? In the park?
No, it was at the NOS Event Center in
San Bernardino?
San Bernardino, yeah.
Damn.
Where usually a lot of the raves, yeah, right? You been to a rave there?
One.
Yeah,
One.
so I've never been to like an actual rave. I think the closest thing I've been to was on New Year's 2020. I went to the New Year's rave, but again, backstage. So it's not like I don't get the full experience,
Oh, my bad.
You know what I mean? So it's
My
like,
bad.
it's like I'm hanging out with my friends.
At a parking lot.
Yeah.
No, but yeah,
no.
but it's like I'm
She's
hanging out with my friends. But like when you go, you get ready, you get a hotel.
Yeah.
You do the whole
Okay,
experience.
Yeah.
You dress up and like I was like in
From 1 to 10,
Tennis shoes.
what were the chances that you caught COVID this weekend?
very slim because they made you keep your mask on the whole time. Yeah.
And the mask work.
Yeah.
But
According to science.
But you got to double mask it though now.
oh yeah, we're down for that.
I seen a couple people double like have like the N something mask and then like they put like a cloth mask on top. I'm just like,
N95.
yeah, I'm just like, damn, that's like too much pressure for my lungs. You know, I like my lungs.
Bro.
Oh, but you'll take
It's really hard to breathe in those.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know,
I
how
got a
can they-
beard,
you
bro.
know,
I can't get. I think the N95 mask is supposed to like suction to your face, but
Yeah.
I got like a beard, so I can never suction. So,
So imagine all that COVID that's getting in through your beard. You know. So. It's
but have
like,
you ever put
You
a
know-
mask on and been like,
you
yo,
know-
my breath is fucking kicking
Oh,
because
bro,
like
all
I
the
be eating
time.
like I put mad garlic in my pizza and shit, and then when I eat it, I'm like, I put it in, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? what is
the
going on in my
fuck?
face? Exactly, gay voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me talk like this again, girl. Hey, what's
Overall,
up? Hey, what
overall,
up?
it was fun. Saturday, I went to dinner in Little Italy, and then Sunday, I went to Big Boy Tacos, and I didn't get any tacos because they ran out, and then I went to that thing, to that
The
little
pop-up?
Oh, the
pop-up.
pop-up. That was pretty cool.
And then one of my neighbors on Gamble passed away, and so they had like like they made food and
Oh,
stuff.
kermés.
Are we gonna drink
Yeah.
to him? We're gonna drink.
Okay, so is that what they call him?
Like yeah, like kermés, like when they do like
That's what. Okay,
Cheers
so
to him. Cheers to him.
cheers to
Cheers.
Sergio, the
Rest in
mechanic.
peace.
Rest in peace. Okay, so yeah, I didn't know what that meant. I saw it on the flyer, and I was like, oh, maybe that was like his placazo or his dub. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know what that was.
hey, let's just get kermés from wherever.
From
I don't know.
Gamble. I thought. I didn't
Yeah, so
know
that's
it
like the
had a
Mexican
name.
word for like I think it's like when
like
they,
a fundraiser.
yeah, like the fundraiser of all the money that the food and stuff and that goes to the family. to
They
help them
sold
out
out,
with
so you know it went well.
That's why Mexican funerals be lit, yo. You eating tacos and shit. They putting out flyers and shit.
Oh,
like it's
no,
lit.
Yeah.
bro. It's
Music.
Like fucking, well, it's
It's like
part
the
of
last
like
goodbye.
You rest and rave.
yeah. Well, I've seen them do. They do like bandas. They bring the whole fucking like mariachi.
Yeah.
They bring
Bro,
the whole
she's
thing
legit.
to like the
It's lit.
fucking panteon.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah, I went to the one I went with for Miriam. Like it was like that. There was so much, like it was more like a festival kind of thing. Like they were
It's
just
like
like,
it's
Yeah,
like
it
a
was definitely-
celebration of life.
celebration of life.
celebration of life. Yeah.
Like, how do you guys think? Do you guys would like to go that way? Would you prefer
Yeah,
for people to be happy?
dude, I
than
want
to be,
people to
like,
play
sad?
Jenny Rivera, like.
You want the tequila? and
Yeah, I
fucking
want people getting fucked
fucking
up.
shotgun.
I don't want it to be sad. I want it to like. Well, I mean, obviously, people are gonna mourn and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, and
They're
that's
gonna
like-
mourn my death.
Yes,
Obviously.
yes.
You
Obviously,
better.
guys. Obviously.
So, but I mean, like, I feel like when you leave, it's just like you can't pick and choose because everybody feels a certain type of way. I think even like after like this weekend too, like I went to Swami and I saw like when this family member that his wife passed away from COVID, and like I remember it's like so vividly. Like I just saw that lady like not even back in December or November, you know, and like I did a wedding and like they were all there and shit, and I was like fuck, and she was like hi Georgie, and like you know like they always call me Georgie and like because they known me since I was young, so it's like. Damn,
So
like
you got to give money, right? You specifically got to give money. If they know your name, you got to give money,
You
right?
gotta drop in a couple, and I was just like, man, like you know, you just like you feel that emptiness, and like somebody when you see them, like I saw like her husband, and I was like, I'm sorry for your loss, you know, and I'm just like, as much as like a straight face that he was trying to carry, like I know it hurt, like it's just like damn, like, and especially because of COVID, I feel like like whoever died from COVID like this year is just like. I think it's kind of fucked up
It's
because
even
it's like
more sad.
yeah, it's like it feels like it's that bad,
It's like-
that even much
It's like
more
you
because,
weren't supposed to die.
yeah, right.
I mean, there's
Like,
a lot of people
feel-
from the flu that die
Yeah.
normally.
Yeah, I've known
But like,
people
how many times
that
did you
passed
hear it?
from
Like,
the flu.
bro, I haven't had a family member like or hear as many deaths as I did this past year. You know what I mean? Because like it was like that family member, and then like another person from that family member died, and then another person from that family. You know what I mean? So it's just like, damn, like. You know, like there's some families that like nothing happened and everybody was good, and some people got sick, and then some people like went through tragedies of like that, like just fucking death after like you know, and it's like fuck, like how do you survive through that? Like how do you like keep a head strong, and how do you like keep on living? You know, like when you lose something like that, I feel like it's not as easy to get through. Like for me, like I think I would be like fuck, just throw the towel in, and like.
What do you mean?
Well, you
What does that
can't.
mean?
Well,
What does
I don't
what does
know,
throw a
like-
towel mean?
Well,
Then
like, when
you're
you-
only causing more pain
Yeah,
to
more
the people
pain
around
to the
you.
but that's what I'm saying. Like I can see why some people that can break them. You know, like there's people that have talked. Like I've heard talk about like, oh, like that's why I'm a bum because you know, like I you know, my wife died and you know I just couldn't see anymore. Like there wasn't any more happiness. Like all the bills started coming here, and you know I just couldn't keep up anymore. And you know, like that was like my structure in life. You know, because you know like obviously it's a bond between, you know, a couple and a relationship, married life, and you know that's what keeps you up. So it's just like when that happens and you lose that, like how do you come back from that?
Are you saying this because your girlfriend's listening to this shit or what?
I can't live without you, baby. But
Well, I mean, honestly, I think in the United States we look at death as such a bad thing, and you know, no one's ever going to be ready to lose a loved one, and you know that's a fact. I actually follow a comedian, and he posted he was at a funeral home with his mom preparing for her funeral. Like, the lady was walking, she's fine, you know, she's an older woman, but they were literally getting ready, you know, to set up her funeral arrangements and all that.
That's crazy.
And
I would like to do that though, because that way my parents or even my son or
Yeah.
my husband wouldn't have to worry about it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you know, people over the weekend, you know, they were trying to gather as much money, you know, for the family to give them a proper burial. It's not even to help with their expenses. It's like just to lay him to rest.
But you talk about like a living will, or like you're picking out your casket. You're like, come with
well,
me and we're
I
going to get
mean,
that one right there.
there's-
yeah, like
That's
at the
half
mall,
off.
like a day at the mall.
There's everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Yeah.
can all be included.
Just leaving it ready.
Of where you're gonna be.
ready
Yeah,
to go.
and you know, like life
Damn.
insurance, and you know, just people want to go. Like you asked me earlier, how do you want to go out? People want to go out a certain way, and they want to have their funeral a certain way. And like you said, like no one's gonna know what you want after you die. That's why you have to have these conversations. Like, they're hard to have. This is probably one of the most difficult conversations you'll ever have in your life, but it's a reality, and everyone's gonna have to deal with it.
And that's what I think, like I seen people talk about that, like, hey, like imagine that person that's like on their deathbed, and you know, like that uncertainty of like, you know, like instead of worrying about, okay, I'm just gonna be peaceful, I'm just gonna be ready for when I go, and then like that person's just probably going through like, what's my family gonna do? What is this person? How are my kids gonna survive? How is this? So yeah, like I mean, how can you battle something where you're like fighting for your life, but then you also have to think about everybody else's life at the same time? But if you didn't have that and you already had all that planned, then you'd probably be like, okay, I'm just gonna focus on this, and I'm
I
just
can
gonna
die.
fight for my
I can
life.
die safe.
Or
I can die easy.
Die easy.
Yeah,
or-
and
or
not be
fight
a
for it.
burden and a bill to your family.
Because we're barely being able to survive. So being able to have that, like I had this conversation how many months ago with, is it Lyndon? And it's about like your life insurance. That's one of the things that I want to do still.
Which I was going to ask, who has life insurance? We talking all this?
She has life
Me
insurance.
too, girl.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
have
life
insurance for my son and I.
Oh yeah, I do it through my work.
See. Well,
Yeah.
I don't.
What's going on, girl?
Yeah.
No, I know, right?
They reeled me
Yeah.
in when they said your family gets $1,000 if you die.
That's it?
I was like, yes.
That's $1,000?
Yeah.
What you do with
How
1,000?
much is yours? Do you feel comfortable saying?
It's like 100.
No.
I think it's like 100,000 or
No,
something.
I think like I signed up for another one, but like this is part of like the company, you know, like if you
Company
pass
gives you
away,
$1,000
yeah, just like for your family or whatever.
They pay for the taco truck or what? So you get the taco truck?
The down payment for the taco
Yeah,
truck?
they get the down payment for the taco truck.
The deposit.
Oh hell no!
$1,000, bro. Damn, bro.
La madre.
Everybody's getting tacos at my funeral.
Damn.
Fuck yeah.
I thought like term life insurance is like $10 for like 100,000, bro. What are they paying for you? Like 10 cents, bro?
Like 10 cents.
For
bro.
1,000?
Like, I hope it's more.
fucking
It might be
penny
4
at
grand.
this
Bro,
point.
you're making me feel bad. I'm thinking about it.
He's like, hold up.
It's the Gerber one.
Oh hell no. All right, I'm gonna have to talk to my company.
We can edit this out, right?
If that information is correct, you're giving your 2 weeks notice.
I know. No,
Just kidding.
I know.
It's hard times right now. Ain't nobody got a job right now.
Dude, I put in a lot of money on my life insurance.
But
I've
so
had it for like 2 years.
But if you don't use it, then you get that money back, right?
How?
So
no, bro?
mine is
It's term.
it's
Now.
tied. No, mine's whole life.
You have a whole life?
Yeah.
I don't got that.
So whole life means that you can get it back.
It's whole
So
life.
I
Whole
have-
life. You got
I
whole
have-
life.
I have whole life. Whole life for the whole life.
Whole life. Okay.
So pretty much mine, it comes with something that's called long-term care. So if something were to happen to me, like while I'm alive, and I'm not able to like either do, it's called the assistant living. So if I can't like walk or dress myself or bathe myself or drive on my own, if I can't do like 2 out of the 5, then pretty much I get like a monthly percentage. They'll like pay me out to pay for my medical bills, or I have like a terminal illness. If I am diagnosed with like a terminal chronic illness, I can tap into my my policy too. So I have like living benefits, and then it's also like tied to the stock market somewhere, so it's gaining interest.
Yeah, they offered me that once, but I said no. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so you got like money. So do you get to like take it out at a certain time?
Yeah, but honestly, like the last year, it just paid for itself because I wasn't working. So like the money that I contributed to it pretty much went to paying the policy.
Cool.
So it's like
you can still just like move it around, kind of thing.
Did like, your parents set that up when you were like a Gerber baby or what?
No, I've had life insurance since I was 19 years old.
Damn, responsible. You don't look it, but I'm glad you are.
Yeah, I've had life insurance for 10 years. So I've had 2 different policies. I think I had a term one before because I was pregnant when I was 19. And I took like this crazy parenting class. It's like really intense. They like would document everything. And so they would talk about like the, you know, kind of like growing up, and it's like for first time moms, and it's usually like young first time moms. So they kind of got this idea in my head, and I was like, oh my God, what if I die, you know, giving birth? So I got life insurance for me, and then I got it for Caleb once he was born, and then I didn't have it for a few years, and then I got it again like 2 or 3 years ago.
Good for you. I wouldn't think any Mexicans have that shit mostly.
And it's crazy because it's
I always
like,
thought that's like pain.
No, it's true.
it's crazy because like statistically, that's the easiest way to make or to have a generational wealth. Because it's like you die and you get money.
But I mean, but 100 grand isn't how much your kids get?
Mine's $250,000.
That's still not generational wealth, though.
No. But it could start him off.
I mean, 250,000 can't get you anything.
At
right
least
now.
it's gonna definitely
It's better
pay
than
for
having to do a GoFund account.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, you know.
100%.
And the GoFund company takes like fucking 50% of that.
I mean,
shit.
GoFund.
Yeah.
I've been seeing them for like $1 million though.
Yeah,
They be getting,
yeah.
you know.
There's no cap, I guess.
But still,
you know,
How about
it's
a
like
no fans account? I mean, OnlyFans. Yeah,
Let's see,
OnlyFans.
maybe that could generate.
That's my next step, man.
Generational
Toes and
wealth.
buttholes. That's my.
Toes and buttholes.
Yeah, that's gonna be my.
How does
my just
Bethany
fans.
feel about that?
I think she supports me because she says she's never seen my
She
asshole,
said,
which I was thinking
"I
about.
think."
Have you guys ever seen your significant other's butthole? Because
Not my significant other.
yeah, I don't think women ever seen the guy's butthole, but it's definitely I know. I mean, I've seen her butthole 1,000 times. I'm sure. Jorge, have you seen her butthole?
Butthole.
That's what I'm saying. So butthole, yeah. So toes and butthole. Watch out for that.
Is
$5.99 for monthlies.
Is
about
it
to go
butthole or butthole?
I mean butthole. I don't know why I say it like that. It's probably the gay voice. So it'll be butthole.
Yeah, because it
Toes
could
and
be
buttholes.
butthole.
Toes and buttholes.
Like butthole, like B-O-T or boho.
B-U-H-O. Butthole.
You need the L at the end so it can be like butthole, right?
Or it could be
Butthole.
B-U-H-O-W-L. Butthole.
Butthole.
There you go.
That sounds like more of like the what are we talking about? Like the middle of the country. Like sounds
The
more-
Midwest.
The
Midwest.
armpit.
The what?
Yeah, Midwest.
I thought New
Oh,
Jersey
the
was the
middle.
armpit of America.
Yeah. Well, Escondido is the armpit of San Diego.
Damn.
She's always killing my Esco, man.
Why?
Yo, I mean, I used to
Esco.
live out here. We used to call it Escondido, but I don't know if that kind of
Growing
still
up,
goes.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I do
growing
remember
No,
up.
that.
I think you had to be
Dildo.
from a certain era to call it that.
Oh shit, I'm not.
No, because I remember it like
Well, no,
that
that's
as
what
well.
I'm saying,
like,
but I don't hear it anymore. But I used to hear
yeah,
it.
back in the
What is
day.
it called now? Just a dump?
Escondido.
Esco.
Esco.
Yeah, Esco. And I actually, I'm a hater. I'm an Escondido hater. You guys all know that.
What's your address? Just kidding.
Damn.
Where's your business
business?
Where's your
located?
business
I know,
located?
and I don't even know how I got here. I mean, I do, but it's like, if I had to pick, I would be in Encinitas or in Carlsbad. Nah, Encinitas.
I live in Oceanside, right next to the ocean. It's
Are you in
Bethany's
Oceanside
house
now?
Yeah, Bethany's house now. You know, 'Cause
What?
I rented out my place.
What?
It was mad quick, yo. And right now, houses are selling.
Oh, I
fucking
remember you
like,
were you put it on Facebook. Like
On
a couple-
Facebook,
So
yeah.
you have a home that you purchased?
I have a condo, yeah, that I purchased.
And then you rent it out? And then you
Smart.
rent somewhere else?
Then I rent with because my girlfriend lives literally on the beach. Like we're planning on having a party, so I'll invite. But like
Invite who us?
Yeah. I don't give a
Oh, okay,
Cool.
cool. Just want to make sure we got the invitation.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
On the record.
Okay,
On
yeah.
the air. You guys
Like,
have.
are you inviting the crowd? Or
No,
us?
not them. I mean, you guys. You know.
Us.
So I'm gonna pay for live music and stuff. But that's another question. But it's classic rock. If you like classic
Yeah,
rock.
fuck it.
Anything.
Once
She
I'm
hot.
fucked up, I don't care.
Anyway.
Just kidding.
Yeah, she lives right next to the beach in $1 million home, but we only rent it out for like $1,800. So it's balling. So I'm living like a baller,
Damn.
paying. You know.
What do you mean? How did you get it for
Are you guys
1,800?
renting a room or what?
No.
No.
Damn. No.
Because here in
No, we got a
California, that
backyard.
would make sense.
No, she's been renting. It's an awesome family that owned the place. An older couple, and they just kind of hooked her up. She's been living there for 10 years. So we
Holy
live right on. Like I'm talking about. I have a backyard, which is crazy, right? Like I have a backyard, and then
By the beach, yeah.
and then I literally walk like 10 steps, and I can see the beach, and then I can just go downstairs into the actual beach. You know?
Wow.
So
That's great.
So for our viewers,
$1,800.
what's this app that you said you found this rich people?
Sugarbaby.com.
Sugarbaby.com.
I'd be a sugar baby, right? Can I be a sugar? You think I can be a sugar baby?
You
Yeah.
got money.
With my OnlyFans?
You have charisma.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you do.
I think
Yeah,
you do
people
it.
are
Bro,
just
you've
lonely.
always done it. I told you, bro.
Think I'll be a legit?
Go to
Yeah, why are you liking
you want to
it?
know the
Okay.
website you want to go to?
Yo, what's up?
What's your price?
What's your price? Actually, I think my neighbor was doing What's Your Price, and I think she caught the herpily derpilies from What's Your
Oh,
Price.
shit.
So, I think she went out with a dude. I think she was sleeping with them. I don't think you're supposed to.
Okay, yeah, no, but you're not
But-
gonna do
Well,
that.
okay, so
What do you
what's
mean,
your
well?
price? What's your
What do
price
you mean, well?
is
I'm just.
We're gonna be like douche gigolo,
hopefully-
just fucking giving foot massages to tall people and shit.
You like the
That'd
toes?
be toes and bows right
toes
there.
and buttholes.
There you go, homie.
Massaging
set.
toes and
bows.
Yeah, and bows.
So pretty much what it is, it's like an auction. That's what it's called. What's your price? So you pretty much put a list of demands of like what you want and what you're looking for, and whoever bids on you gets to take you out.
Feels like I'm a piece of meat.
What's your price?
I know.
Yeah, I know a girl that was on it. That's how I know about it. And yeah, she got a
So
$600
technically,
set of lingerie.
what is y'all price? Because like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, for a girl to take me out to dinner, that's almost free, right? Because if I'm hungry,
If
you
you're
can
getting
take me
fed.
out. But I don't know. Maybe like 100. I think I'd do $100, and I ask for $100.
But when is it?
I would do 200.
When does it get to that point where it's kind of like demeanor? Like we're like, I mean, like
Bro,
how bad?
once you
What
make a login on What's Your Price, that's
Well, okay, look at it this way. Would you rather go to dinner for $200 or work for 2 days?
Work for 2 days.
y'all
I'm
some
sorry,
broke people.
but
Come on.
I
Walk
would
a
go to
couple
dinner for
hours,
$200.
maybe.
Can
And
I get
you-
dinner for $200? Dinner for $200? Dinner for
Yo, we're about to let's do $300 and we can each take a little bit of money off that cut.
Yeah.
We'll hook you up.
10%.
10%.
Nah, you guys know, and that's why I don't like to bet. I don't like to do casinos. I don't like that. You guys know I have my wig business, and if I invest 100, I expect to make $300 to $400 in return. And so no, I'm not gonna go on a dinner with someone. Now, babe,
What if
you're
you were
lis-
single?
Oh, bitch, that's a whole other case. No, bitch.
my case. I rest
Oh, well, fuck yeah, girl.
But
I wouldn't even be here
but-
right now
but
if
how
I
much-
was single. What the fuck?
But how much to give up the booty though on What's Your Price? What are you charging?
Depends how hot he is. If he's hot,
Damn, it's always about
shit,
that, right?
should be for free.
see?
For free? Damn, you
Nah,
hear
I'm
this?
kidding.
Yo, she's giving
I don't
ass for free.
Nah, fuck. I haven't been in that game in fucking over 12 years, so I wouldn't know.
What's like a good price?
no
What's a good price that'll make your dad proud? You know, because once your dad finds out you're on What's Your Price, he'll be like, "What the
I don't
fuck
have
you
a dad.
doing?"
That
Ooh.
motherfucker didn't.
Who?
Never came back.
He's like,
Well, whoever, like, I mean, like it is true. Like, I mean, like once you put yourself out there, like it's like, you know, you want people to be like, damn. It's either gonna be like, damn, she's charging that much. All right, girl, get it. You know, because like there's Bad Barbie just came out on
Yo, she's
fucking on
millionaire.
OnlyFans, and you know,
Millionaire.
and within the hour
Oh,
she
yeah.
made fucking
She
like
made
$1
$1
million,
million in
bro.
a day.
And this is a little
She's
kid
the
that
Catch
was
Me Outside
Catch Me
girl.
Outside girl.
Shut
They
up.
brought her up. They brought her up since she was 16. So
Yeah.
this mean that
I
motherfuckers
think
have
she
been
was
waiting
14.
until she
Pedophiles,
fucking.
bro.
I
You know,
think
like,
she was 14, wasn't she?
I don't remember, but I'm saying 16 because that's just like my safe.
No,
you know, my safe
she
area.
was 14.
What did she do to get that kind of money?
Well,
What do you mean
Dr.
what she
Phil
did?
made her famous,
Yeah.
and
No,
then
I
after
know
that,
that.
she started
I know
rapping.
that. I'm
Then she
talking about
started
right
rapping.
now.
No, she started rapping.
Oh,
Yes, I
okay.
know.
She
I'm
made
not
she made an
rapping.
OnlyFans
But now
OnlyFans,
she just
bro.
made an OnlyFans.
on her
like,
18th birthday.
Yo, we making an OnlyFans or what?
OnlyFans.
Butts and buttholes, or what is it?
Butts and
Buttholes,
buttholes.
toes and
No
hoes.
way.
Toes and buttholes.
Toes and
Buttholes.
buttholes.
Síguele con esa madre.
Dude, yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, that is
But
very
you know
disgusting.
what?
Wait, is
She-
that gross?
B's
But
like, let me
yes.
see
Yo,
my
would your
toes.
yo,
Listen,
would
but
your
she probably has her following is probably a bunch of young horny
Oh,
boys.
yeah.
but think about this. She only needs to
But-
do that for a couple years, and then she can literally retire.
But
If she's being
she's
smart
not gonna
about it.
make
Yeah,
she's
like-
not gonna make $1 million every day.
I mean,
True.
I think the highest paid person makes like $1 million every month.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
this
I
is
mean,
a
even
recurring
like-
payment. This
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
recurring payment.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying.
But I
Toes and
feel like
buttholes. How much
I'll-
you think I'm getting for my first week?
Make shirts, please. You should make
Bro,
like
I
a
think-
toe
I'm
inside a
not-
butthole.
Bro, at least.
Let me do my thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that the thing? Sticking it in the
He got
bucket?
the,
so
he's,
saw that
he's
logo.
like already designed it in his head and shit.
Yo, you got the logo?
Okay.
You got the logo?
And all I heard,
A starfish. A
sorry,
starfish. A
and then-
starfish.
and then all I heard from you
brown
was
water? Starfish in
like
brown
if
water?
you enjoyed it or something.
No,
Yo, we'll
he-
talk about
he
this on off air.
envisioned it.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do
Yeah.
it off
Hey,
air.
you guys can't take the idea either.
What do you mean? I'm the one who came up with both.
No, I'm
toes
saying
and
the
buttholes.
audience,
Oh
fool,
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. Yo,
audience.
Calm
yo,
down.
yo. I'm trying to get money. I'm broke.
He's trying to get his.
Watch your words. You're not broke. You're creating. Because even when you're broke, you got to create. Even when you're at your lowest, we are always creating. You're not broke.
I like that
You're
you have
creating.
your own business. I'm actually. I like to see the Latin people kind of like get together and kind of help each other out.
But
Because I
they
feel
don't.
like we don't. Yeah, I
You
feel
don't.
like
someone
really don't
told
do
me
that.
this weekend that they're like crabs that they pull you down. Was it this weekend? Some like literally
yeah.
a few days ago that our Hispanic people, we are definitely like crabs. We pull each other. You see someone get out of the bucket and then you just pull it right
What did
down.
George Lopez say? He makes that joke where he's like, "Oh, you're a supervisor now? You think you're better than me now?" You know, it's like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Bring
it
you
comes
back
down
down.
It fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. But yeah, I do have my own business.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So do I guess, right?
What do you
have
do?
your own?
DJ.
I'm a wedding DJ.
Okay, yeah.
But I also have a government job, you know, stability.
An actual
Stability.
government job.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I don't have
feds.
one of those.
He's a fed.
Boom, 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 boom.
What up, girl?
Well, good
Just
thing
for
that
my
we're
gay voice,
we're
guys.
I
sponsored.
haven't
whatever.
I haven't paid my parking ticket.
I
I'm gonna
haven't
do
even
with
done my
that, girl.
taxes.
Damn, girl, what you can't say that, yo. Edit that out. Come on, girl. Get your own business. You talk about not paying taxes.
She's
I haven't
getting an
done my taxes
extension.
yet.
I did get an
Okay.
extension.
She's getting an extension.
I haven't
No,
done my
actually, you did get
taxes.
an
I'm too
extension.
turned up.
Oh,
That was a Drake. Drake.
You guys do know taxes are not due until May, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was April.
Okay,
April.
so-
April 15th.
April
They
15th?
extended it.
They extended to May 15, I believe. It's
Last year was
15 or 14.
extended to what? June, right?
Yeah.
To June 15th.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, because
yeah.
of the COVID and shit. Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
still not gonna do them. I didn't even work.
I mean, what happens when you don't do them? They just kind of.
I've never not done
You
them.
just owe
They
more.
Never not done them.
You just owe more.
So you know, like that's what I was asking
you
my
make
tax.
zero money,
That's what I was
guys.
asking my tax guy. I was like, so like, how did they? Because like you said, like, what if I've never done them? So it's like, how do they? Like the government still knows that you're working because.
I said I've never not done them. So I've done them every year
Oh.
until this year.
But that's not. But like,
So
you
if
know,
you-
like for people that go MIA for a couple years, it's like what the like the government can't
People
prove.
still do their taxes even though they haven't made income.
Absolutely.
So you're just paying.
Yeah. No.
No,
A
you
lot
probably
of times
get
you're
money
getting
back.
money.
Then you're
Some
getting
do
money,
get
right?
money.
Mm-hmm.
You get money back?
Yeah,
A
if you're not
lot of
making
people,
money.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
If you didn't pay in,
weird.
you make.
Dude, why do you think like people that have like their own business or like the wealthy people like or certain people like they just don't like that because people that don't work they get money. Even like homeless, you be seeing homeless, they make so much money, like not from what they're getting that daily, but like the money they're getting back.
Benefits.
Yeah, all their fucking
I'm about to have
benefits.
some kids. I need like 10 kids so I can get some
Dude,
stimmy checks.
Not
This
even.
girl that I know, she has 6 kids. In total, with her taxes
Ballin'.
and her stimmy, she got almost 20 racks.
I knew that. I was gonna say that.
It's a
20
horrible way to
fucking
bar. Yeah, I
racks.
mean, the 20 racks gotta go to food though, right?
Okay, all I gotta say
I mean,
is
I would
that-
not.
on,
I
like,
would
how
not.
much-
I
keep
would
your
not
20.
take. Yeah,
We were
I would
talking
not
about
take
this.
20
Okay,
racks
okay,
for
okay.
fucking
This is
that
funny.
many
This
kids.
is funny.
Fuck, no, me
so
neither.
like we were talking about how like you know you devalue in as a person as you kind of like have more baby daddies and more kids and
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
how like how
Sadly.
good can this lifestyle be like if you have like 6 kids if you have like you know like with baby daddies over here and this and that. Yeah, you're gonna get that money, but how much of that money is actually gonna go to the kids, or are you actually gonna invest that in a smart way where you're gonna get out of the 20 grand, you're gonna get 60 grand. You know what I
if
mean?
I had 6 kids, they still be eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches. I'm rich.
See, and if you're smart, you can add your kids to your business, and then you get like a deduction for them, like if you're paying them, kind of thing.
You're a tax guy from here on out. I'm gonna come for
Yeah.
you for all the tax
Yes.
stuff.
Girl, her name is Letty, and she is here in Escondido. She's really good. She helps me out a shitload.
Leticia, we've talked about her.
Oh, is she right there on
Freedom taxpayer?
No, tax and immigration services.
We should bring her on. See what she got to
Yeah.
say to the people.
Well, right now I know she's freaking crazy booked because I tried to go and she just said just drop off your stuff because she had no appointments. Like she's booked, and in like in our Hispanic community, mostly everybody goes to her.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
she's
how it
really
is,
well
yo. That's how
known.
it is in the Latin community, right? You like
Yeah.
know one person and then
And
it's
then
like
everybody.
And then everybody
Yeah.
goes to
Yeah.
that one person.
Yeah.
I've been doing my taxes for like the last 3 years.
By yourself. Yeah.
I mean, it just kind of depends on what you do, right?
I mean,
'Cause, like, if you have like a normal
yeah.
job and it's like nothing, right?
Yeah, because you just put the
W-2.
information of your W-2s, but then once you kind of get into like what V's
Business,
doing,
yeah. That's why I'm
business
like,
and
oh, I have to
shit,
do them this year because I started a business last year. But I didn't even have that much income.
Well,
I think
you're
if it
supposed to
says
make
after
more.
10K, then you can report
I think it's even if you make less than, I think it's less than $400 in whatever job you do, you don't have to report it.
600, less than 600.
600?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
wow.
400.
That's when you have to get like a 1090 form.
Yeah,
or
1090.
from somebody because you're receiving money.
1099.
Yeah.
Well, fuck taxes. And Uncle Sam.
Mm-hmm. Forget you.
I'm legally not able to say that, but yeah. I'm kidding, guys.
Says Mr. Fed.
Oh my god, that's so funny. But
So what's up? Tell us about yourself a little bit more.
How long have you been a DJ?
Less time than DJ Nasty here, but
Oh, yeah. This fool's a fucking veterano in the game.
yeah, but I do a lot of weddings. I don't know what would you like to know about me? I don't know.
So, how did you get started in DJing?
There's this crazy DJ named DJ Israel, and I saw him at a wedding once because I tried to do wedding photography. I did terrible, but like I saw the DJ and I was like, oh, maybe he can teach me how to DJ. So I was like, hey, can you teach me how to DJ? And he was like, well, I don't know, I don't teach anyone, but we do have these classes every Monday. And that's when I got to the business. And then they had me do the Cupid Shuffle in front of everyone, and I kind of did it pretty good because I'm fucking legit. And,
What's that?
the
Cupid Shuffle?
Yeah.
To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right.
To the left.
to the
Now
left.
no, that one?
Damn, girl.
No.
No slide? No, I didn't say that, right? No,
Which one
kick?
is it?
To the right,
Kick,
righty,
kick,
right. Kick.
Something like that.
It's the
Yeah,
Cupid
I don't.
Shuffle.
I can't do stuff like that.
No?
It's like the Caballo Dorado, but it's
I have
in
to be
the- it's
drunk.
in, like,
Yeah, yeah.
so it's like-
It's like that.
Cool.
Okay, so you did it and you
And that's
excelled.
it. And they were like, yo, we'll hire you. And I didn't know anything about DJing, so I just did photo booths for a while. And then,
How long ago was this?
I don't know. I always lie about how long I've been in business. What the hell is that? Oh, so I'm going to say 10 years ago,
Okay. So like 2011?
2011.
That's the year I graduated.
Damn. That one,
this
this
beat.
song right here.
Oh yeah, this is the Chuck E. Cheese song.
There you go.
Damn. Chuck E.
Yeah.
Cheese song?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
when you're a mom.
Yep. That is the Chuck E. Cheese music.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yes, that is true.
So I had to set it all up, and then I had to do it in front of everyone, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. So one of the
Yeah.
things that we do with my DJs is like just
He
you.
said it's like the Caballo Dorado.
It is
Yeah, it's like
though,
the
it is
go-
though.
yeah. So you know you get in front of the crowd and you're
That
like,
one's way
hey,
better,
so
though.
do you guys know how to dance this one, right? And then you know you kind of as the song kind of starts, it starts with an intro, right? Da-da-da. So you're kind of explaining to the people, okay, so we're gonna go to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left,
Yeah, just like that, though.
left,
Just like that, yeah.
left. Now kick, 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 kick.
Now walk it by yourself.
Now half turn. No, 'cause
Yeah, yeah.
I remember I got that one from Earl. It was like now half turn.
Yeah, I
half
did the
turn.
same thing. I say
so
the
it's
same
like a
thing.
half turn, and then you start going in
Yeah.
again. So I mean, it's part of like being like going over and above,
Engaging
and, like,
with the crowd and
engaging
stuff.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the crowd, and being able like it's mostly for like kid dances, like because if like little kids aren't dancing like or just constantly being on the dance floor. So when we do like a school dances and stuff, it's just like songs to have for the kids.
I don't know. Every time I do school dances, they're like, they want that ratchet shit. I gotta play that.
Savages,
yeah, they're fucking savages.
Yeah.
I remember I was like playing Bodak Yellow, like fucking at elementary school. They're like, Bodak Yellow. And I was like, teacher,
it's like terrifying. Yeah.
I was like, it's on the playlist.
The clean version,
It's
please.
a clean version.
Radio version.
I want to.
And it's like,
yeah.
That's how my Bad and Bougie is. I have like a super clean version. It's like Bad and Bougie.
But all the
Bad
and all the bar mitzvahs and shit, and when it cuts the song, all the kids yell it out even harder, like the bad words.
Oh yeah.
So my bitch, she bad and bougie, and then they're like fucking yelling it over like the words anyways. Like so, it's just like I'm just like there really is your kids know them all their words, please.
Which is hard, right? Because I think you said so. Technically, we all have kids, right? And I was talking to my girlfriend like what kind of world they're gonna be growing up in, because it's gonna be insane, right? Like. Yeah. I mean, at what point are they gonna be cool with Instagram? And then I don't know. Like, imagine one of your kids doing a just OnlyFans type of shit. Like,
fuck no.
Because it's crazy, right? I feel like that's kind of where like the culture is going. No, I don't.
I feel like there's
getting a good job isn't like anything that people care about.
There's
anymore.
no filters. There's no. I feel like the line of respect is very blurred.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
My son's been homeschooled since kindergarten. He's about to be in 3rd grade next year. So we talk about like like today there was a conversation at breakfast and we're like, what's Caleb going to do? Like, is he going to go to middle school? Because we were talking about the schools like that belong to where we live right now. And we're like, oh, that's too far. Like, oh no, we don't want him to go there.
Wait, how old is he?
He's 8.
And just been homeschooled the entire time?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
How you feel about that? You like that?
Well, it was my goal. It was my priority. And I never thought I was going to do it. But it was like my only option at one point. And now I don't really feel comfortable with putting him in public school. He was supposed to start public school last year. Because I've already been doing it 3 years. Like kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade. And so he was going to start 2nd grade at a new school. He was going to start school, like actual normal school. But honestly, like, I didn't want to vaccinate him when he was little. He was vaccinated until he was 2, and then he didn't have his vaccinations until he was like 6. And that's why he couldn't go to school. And I had like a really kind of crazy lifestyle, and I just didn't see myself waking up every day at 8 o'clock in the morning and taking him to school and him just like being away from me for that long. And I don't know, I remember me being in school and how much I didn't like it. And it was just too much. Like, I didn't want to put my kid through that. And he loves it. He used to go to school like 3 hours a day for 3 days a week. So he had like that interaction, and he's plays soccer and stuff like that. But we were just having this conversation of like, what's going to happen? Like, is he going to go to school or what? I'm like, oh, when he starts driving, he can pick.
Damn.
So it's like, what, 8
he's
more
super
years?
happy with it.
Yeah, and he
Do you think
just
it'll be
lives...
awkward though? Do you think?
No, he's not
I feel
awkward.
like you need that interaction.
No, hell no. This kid is like, he's so patient. He is
very smart.
Yeah, he's really smart. He's a little asshole sometimes when he's hungry, but he like, I can put my little 2-year-old, my homegirl's little 2-year-old, and he will like watch him and hang out with him and like play with him and like entertain him. And he can sit here and have a conversation with you about comics and
how does that
teach you stuff.
Yeah, he's really smart. He uses big words. He's into like spirituality. He's into like chakras, and like he can tell you all these things because he learns a lot of shit through comics. He's a nerd.
He's very smart.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how do you think that works with like college? Are you gonna be pushing him for college, or are you kind of like?
It's gonna be up to him. I mean, I'm definitely gonna push an education. I want him to be successful, but I also want him to know that if it's not something he wants to do, then there's all these different outlets. And like me, I'm kind of very well connected, so I feel like any kind of I can probably fit him or mentor him or have someone mentor him to get him to where he wants to go, because he's showed interest in DJing, and I have family friends that are DJs, like big DJs, and have been DJing their whole lives. And
do you think that's like viable? Like, I wouldn't tell my kid, like I have a daughter, I would if she was like, I want to grow up and be a DJ, I'd be like, yeah, on the side. Like,
well, cool. I mean
teach you,
like right now I don't really want to. I mean, he's still 8 years old. I just kind of want him to explore, what he wants, and you know, maybe once he's in middle school, high school, then we can start having those conversations. How old is your daughter?
She's 8. Yeah, she's 8. She's
Damn, we all have 3 of us have 8 years.
yeah, she's doing
8.
she's doing ballet right now.
Oh,
Which I
I
gotta pay
love
for.
ballet.
But I've been I take her out to go skateboarding, whatever. She doesn't live here. She lives in Florida, but she comes here for the summer. So we've been doing a lot of skateboarding. So I might take her to like a skateboarding class. But yeah, I mean, education is like a big thing. Like she came for the month of March. She came for a week for like spring break, and it was like nothing but like, you better read. So she reads pretty good and stuff. It's just different, you know. Everyone, I guess, you know, raises their kids differently. That's what I was wondering, like, how you feel about.
Well, I
kind of
mean,
like
I
college
taught
and
him
stuff
how
like
to
that.
read.
That's cool.
I'm his teacher.
Yeah, you are.
So, I mean, it's a tough job.
It's a very tough job.
It's a very tough job.
Very. I just started, but I'm not a homeschool teacher. I'm a distance learning
Student?
You're
a teacher assistant.
You're
Oh,
a
that's cool.
No, I'm not.
You're a learning coach.
I'm learning coach.
Yeah.
No, my son started doing distance learning, and he's 5 years old.
Tough, huh?
It's very tough, especially because he had speech delay, and he still kind of does, but he's getting obviously a lot better. But it's hard, and like, I do have those conversations with him. He actually wants to have like 10 different jobs, which when he first told me that, I really wanted to be like, nah, like, what are you talking about? But then he hears me a lot about 7 sources of income. He sees how much like I hustle and all the different things that I do to have sources of income. So when he said that and I thought about it, I was like, okay, like,
Do you want your kids
can
to
have
grow
10.
up hustling, or do you want them to have like an easy life? Like you talked about generational wealth earlier, right? Like, what are you doing to make sure that he lives a better life than you do, right?
I mean, he already does. He already does. I just remind him, you know, that he's very blessed to have the life that he lives, and he's very blessed to be homeschooled, and he's very blessed, you know, to have, you know, a loving home. When he was younger, maybe like 2 or 3 years old, I used to take him on the bus and the Sprinter, and we used to go to the beach, and I used to let him talk to, you know, strangers on the bus and stuff like that. And, you know, just kind of when he would ask me like, oh, like, why are people homeless? And I tell him, you know, it's very hard to have a home and maintain a home, and, you know, nothing is free. And I teach him about electricity and saving water and conserving energy, and like, he's really big on energy and stuff like that too. You know, I tell him, you know, growing plants, growing your food. We started growing food last year.
That's
So,
cool.
you know, just like little things like that, that I felt I wasn't exposed to as a kid. So that's why I'm saying he just has a better life in that sense, that he can
Those
express
tools.
anything and everything to me, and, you know, we're just so close.
bet, yeah.
Our bond is crazy. And yeah, I think we're like even like telepathically connected a little bit, because
Some conspiracy shit right there.
no, I
Oh,
really
yeah.
do think we are, because he would literally have dreams and like tell me about things, and it's like, oh shit, how do you know that? Like things that I like.
Oh, he's creeping up in your.
No. He was little too, and like now too. Like sometimes he'll like my leg will be hurting. He'll be like, "Mom, my leg hurts too," and I believe him. Like he doesn't bullshit like that. Like yeah, he's a bullshitter sometimes, but I don't know. I do really think that we're connected on a different level. Obviously, he's half me.
Me.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm just looking at the way you're licking that thing. It's like, you
It's
know.
so good.
It is, and you could taste a little bit of the cannabis.
I know.
Not like
Do
too
you feel
much.
high?
It's
I
not.
know.
But do you guys feel it?
No, but now that you told me, it's probably gonna hit me.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel it. I do.
And today we are sponsored by Cannabis Kitchen.
Irma's Cannabis Kitchen.
Cheers, thank you. It's really
Salud.
good. Salud.
Salud, guys.
Ya se la acabó el George. Ya no
I know,
tiene.
I know.
There's a spoon if you want to put some more.
So I mean, it's kind of funny because like when you talk about like say like education and stuff, and you'd be like, well, look at me, like how I turned out, right? And then you're like, well, I didn't go to graduate, but you know,
I didn't go to college.
Sometimes you feel kind of stupid saying that too, right? Because obviously, like there's different things in life that you know, like that your life can go. I think in like we're like kind of coming from Tony's view, like you know, obviously like education and you know like there's a different system that goes on where you know like the struggles that we've gone through, like I feel like we've had to go through more struggles because we were younger parents and you know we had to build up to where we are now, right? Because at the beginning, I was just, say, working at sandwich shops and, like restaurants and stuff like that, making like the low income, trying to survive for my family and trying to make, like whatever I could. So it was kind of just going into like anything that was paying me, right? Until whether now, like I kind of see where I'm at and I'm just like, okay, cool. Like if I were to start a life right now, like with somebody, like say I didn't have kids or anything, and I were to like, like start my first kid right now, like how much better would I feel bringing in a kid right now because I'm like my income is kind of more stabilized. I like it more.
100% better.
You know what I mean? Like you would just have that much. It would just less be edgy.
More mature.
So it's just like, like it
Absolutely.
just, you do think about that, because like I was thinking about it on the way home. Like, a lot of the times people tell you like, don't have kids. It's a big responsibility. But they don't tell you like why they're a big responsibility or how it's going to affect your life. Because that happens to everybody in a whole different other type of way. So, but like the way that I see it, like, okay, so maybe if, like now I would be more stabilized. Like I have more gigs coming in. Like I'm more structured as a person, like all that shit that like me growing up through my 20s, like my daughter had to see that shit. You know what I mean? Like my daughter had to see like the ups and downs, the downs and the downs and the downs, like, cause I think there's probably more downs than ups, but at the end of the day, you just like, you're feeding that kid into everything that you're kind of going through. And, like how much more are you kind of like messing them up in the head or not, traumatizing things. Like when we were talking about like that little kid that we have inside of us, that that kind of holds us back from doing things that we've been told before, like no, you're not going to be a good DJ. No, you're not going to, DJ
that's
for the rest of your life.
Job.
No, you're going to, that's not a real job. Or like somebody told you one day, like, no, don't follow that. So like, that's like the little kid that you have inside of you that's kind of like holding you back from doing and growing and outgrowing that thing because you're afraid to take that next step. So like, I mean, like now that I can see that, like, oh man, like I try to like you say, I try not to tell my kid that like, no, you can't do that. Or instead like have different conversations of like, where do you want to move towards? Like, like what interests you? Like, like you said, we might not need school, but we do need to have like an interest. Like, so like if your kid tells you like, I mean, 20 interests.
I'm going to have to disagree, man. I mean, this is called systems in place, right? And I mean, we're living in a white world, to be honest. There's the system of education. Like
it's
I said,
really kind of ending and fading away if you think about it. Entrepreneur life and being like your own owner, boss, it's becoming, and it is the thing.
I think you're blessed. And I think it's super awesome to even hear. Like I said, I love to hear Latin people having their own businesses and stuff. So when I look at you, I'm, I don't know you very well, but I'm like, fuck yeah, like I'm rooting for. I don't even know what you do. You say you sell weed, or I don't know what the fuck you do, right? But wigs. I thought you say you sell weed. Hopefully you're doing some big dog shit. But I'm proud of you anyway, But I mean,
okay. Let's rewind a little bit.
But hold on. The point is that I mean, I think for the majority, I think you definitely need education. I mean, what generational wealth? Like, how are we gonna bring our kids better?
What are they gonna do with that generational wealth?
With that money and stuff.
And honestly, I think, everyone has their own definition of success. You said maybe if I have a kid now because I have more jobs, more gigs coming in. Kids don't need more money. Nope. Yeah, they have material necessities, but kids need love. Kids need attention. Kids need nurturing. They need someone that's going to be there for them.
That's definitely a woman's point of view, though. Well, like for a man, like what do we think? We think like we're dumb and we're like, we're going to work. That's what feels comfortable for us. And we're going to bring the bacon home, right? And you like, that's like the main thought in our brain, at least in my brain when I think about it, right? My girl is balling. She makes right. But like, I still want to be able to make more than her. I still want to be able to bring home the bacon. I still, And so when I think about kids, I definitely think they need nurture and stuff like that. But I think that comes more from like the female side than the male side.
Well, I think maybe that's why we're having this conversation.
Yeah, because I will say, going back to what you were saying, George, I will say that my goal was to have a child in my plan was when I was 30. So when I found out I was going to have a child at 25, that was the first day I was like, what the fuck? I wanted to have a kid at 30. And that was my thing. Because I always thought when I'm 30, I'm going to have everything taken care of. I didn't even have my business at the time. And I want my house, that cat, and the dog, and da-da-da-da-da. Obviously, that didn't happen. And I will say that I know that God, or whoever you guys believe in, provided me with the blessing of my son at age 25 so that I would have a reason to get up every morning and not quit, because having my business, and I'm a wig designer, I do wigs for cancer patients.
Ooh,
and the hair
awesome.
loss. All children 21 years or younger receives a wig from Wigs by V. Then I send them up with a non-profit organization where they get a human hair up to $5,000. That's what I
Damn.
do.
Hell
Wigs for cancer patients and the hair loss community. So with that being said, if I would have had my child right now, there's no fucking way Wigs by V would be here. And I know that for a fact. So as far as like having like the nurturing, like you said, with the woman and all that, that's probably true. But because of my business, my husband was the one who had to be really like raising Ezekiel, and I would be doing more of the work.
Great
and
name. Great name.
Ezekiel, yeah, comes from the Bible for sure. And I will say, like, it's very, very important to have like both, like the mom and the dad. And it's not even so much about the nurturing. It's like what Jocelyn Little was just saying. It's like, it's that love, the attention, literally the attention, because these kids, man, they require so much of that. And like, the more you give them, the more you understand them, the more you see how they're growing, you see that potential. Like my kid, like he'll be telling me some weird things, like what he wants to be when he grows up. And I don't question any of it. We'll see once he's the age of like, you know, being that grown up and making those decisions. I don't know how like happy or unhappy I'll be, but as long as, you know, he's happy and he wants to go to college for 4-10 years, that's fine. I always said my goal here is to make sure that I have enough money or wealth to be able to send my kid wherever he wants, whether it's going to a 4-year college, 6-10-year college, whatever university, or starting his own business. So that's why I got to get my life insurance too. But
would you say you're more the rare than the common? I mean, I would think the way you were talking right now sounds more like I would suggest like a dude would talk. He'll be like, yo, like you said that your significant other was the one taking care of the kid, right? So it looks like me and you were pretty much doing the same thing. We're working hard for our kids to give him something.
And that changed. Thank you, COVID, because of this whole pandemic. That whole totally changed. Now I'm the stay-at-home mom. I'm still working and I have my business rolling and it's doing great. But now the tables have flipped and it's fucking hard. How does the house never stay clean?
Oh.
How does the fucking kitchen always have dirty dishes?
Would you ask your significant other to clean?
Hell no. He works way too fucking hard.
There you go.
Way too hard, and he pays all the bills and takes care of all that. So I can't. As much as I wish for him to clean, no, he spoiled me rotten. He would always wash my clothes, put my clothes away, clean, and I would get home, and then he would leave for his job, and then everything was clean. It was just me and my son and have fun. But now, I mean, I still have fun.
Now it's different. Oh,
now
shit.
It's different.
But okay, so going back to like the
sounds like a good guy though.
Like,
he's an amazing guy. We've been together for 12 years, so yeah.
That's awesome.
Shout out Edwin.
Shout out.
Edwin.
If you want to clean, that's cool, man.
Wink, wink. Hey, hint, hint. But I think, like, I mean, we're going into like the educational thing. Like, I know we said like, okay, so yeah, so like obviously like our kids, we went to that part of like saying like, okay, they might not need the same education that we've had now because like look at what's going on right now. The pandemic proved that your kids can learn from home in the tablet. You know what I mean? Like that's what like was proven right now. Like
but what are they gonna do with that? Right? Like what's the end goal for your kid?
To get them just to be stuck in a tablet and they get
like
no, and
really
they can
think
control
about it,
you.
Like
seriously.
Tony, like what happened like during like from elementary all the way to like high school, that was pretty much like babysitting. You know what I mean? Because I remember like if the kids were there to learn, Tony, like I remember kids that were fucking smart and they were there to learn. And they got A's and they got B's.
That's true.
And there was people like me that I would just like cruise by.
Yo, me too. Yeah, I got C's.
Cruise by,
bro, I got C's.
And I would just sleep all day in my class. Teachers, as long as like I didn't disrupt the class, like they would leave me the fuck alone.
Damn,
you know, so it's just
no
like
way.
shit like that because I got to the point where it was just like it was either I'm being destructive and I'm just like not letting anybody learn
Mooning people.
and mooning people.
Yeah.
Or
toes and buttholes, bro.
yeah, toes and balls.
Oh, that's why
I
he was
got I
like,
got openings, bro. I got openings.
instead of seeing stars, he saw moons.
Saw moons. So you know, like and you know, like I got through that. You know what I mean? It was just kind of just like, as long as you get through these fucking years, then you can do whatever the fuck you want after you're 18. And that was what was sold to you. You know, like for me, what was sold to me was like that end of the road tunnel. You know what I mean? Like
what were your parents saying though? They were cool with that?
I mean, my parents were just like, well, fuck, dude, if you're not going to do anything, like obviously like you're not there to learn. You're not there doing anything. So it's like, might as well just fucking, you know, like either start working or fucking, or, you know, because my mom was telling me the story too. Like she was like, you know, I remember, you know, like when you said when you turned 18 and you said you didn't want to go to high school anymore, you know, you just fucking, you said, you know, like the school was calling me for like a week straight. And I would tell him like, he doesn't want to go. So then he's like, until I got fucking tired. She's like, I dragged you in there. You went in there. You fucking talked to the principal and you told him you didn't fucking want to go. They convinced you to stay. You stayed for like a day or two, and then you just left and you never came back.
What is it about our culture that's like that, though?
Listen,
you know
what? It's just
the
intelligence of knowing that you don't have to sit there in the fucking school for hours.
That sounds cocky. I said that sounds cocky for being 17, 18.
I don't even say that sounds cocky. I would say
that sounds like you're too
I mean,
full of
what is the majority of our Latin people doing? They got degrees. They got mad money, or are we the poor people?
Listen, I know so many people that went and got degrees. And they don't even practice what they went to school for.
What they went to
Not
school
just
for.
that. I feel
or they
like
live with their parents.
I feel like
not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's like you can't expect someone that goes to school, that goes to college, and and that's just the way we've been like programmed to think. I personally hated school.
So did
was
I
fucking smart? Fuck yeah, I was so smart. Was I getting A's and B's? Hell no, I was getting A, B, and C. And when I graduated, I had a couple of D's because I had like 8 different classes in order to graduate, which was so stupid because I hated school. I would ditch. It was just, for me, it was a punishment.
Yeah,
so
it was a prison.
My 5-year-old who went to pre-K and had that awesome experience before this whole pandemic happened, and then that gets shut down. He lives that, and then now we're doing distance learning. You know what he tells me? He's like, Mom, can I go to the other school? You know, the one with the playground where we like do the drawing and we sing and we dance and the teacher. And I'm just like, yeah. Like that's just over, buddy. It's over. Like I can't even believe you got a taste of that. So that's why now we're switching to being homeschool, because he sees Caleb. Caleb is a really great friend and family for Ezekiel. Like he calls him his cousin, you know, like they love each other so much. And he sees that and he's like, oh, I want to go to Caleb's school. Like I don't want to go to school every day. And since he has speech delay, we have 3 different teachers, 3 different logins, 3 different everything, and different schedules. Like that's so harsh on someone. Like if anybody is smart, which he is, he's so smart, that would only dim their light. We wouldn't get all that creativity out.
Look, I like creativity.
Me too.
And you're a boss, so it's hard. I would say you're the rare woman, right? Because you're bossing it up.
That.
I mean,
Rare
it's the truth,
woman.
though, right?
Yes.
Rare. How does that go? But I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Systems in place, right? What's the system of America is almost.
But we're not doing system. It's not systems in place of America.
We're not promoting the system in place. We're shining light on these systems that have been put in place that we've obviously gone against. Yes. We've, gone against the
crowd.
The crowd.
The rules.
The norm.
The program.
And, we're just doing shit our way.
And we're actually doing good. We're actually, like, whether we're making a whole lot of money or not, we're surviving. Yeah. We're thriving. A lot of people, actually, we're not even surviving. That's a lie. A lot of people, and I'm not throwing shade, it's just the world we're living in. Most of us, we're surviving. And then there's a few of us that are thriving. Mm-hmm. And whether it's working for the government or not, working on your own, if you're thriving, I don't give a fuck if you sell weed or wigs. I
can't sell weed, guys. Not selling weed.
Well, I can't believe you thought I would sell weed.
I heard weed.
No,
yeah, I hear
wigs. That's why I was just saying that. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Good. No, but seriously, I mean, and that's what systems in place is. It's just having a system that works, that's gonna take care of you.
The next time I come, though, I'll see, because I feel, and this is, I just feel, so.
Yeah, feeling. You can't be wrong. What's up?
Of course you can be wrong. You definitely can
Actually,
be wrong.
Actually, no, not on a feeling, because it's your feeling. You can't really be wrong. You can be wrong on certain things.
But if it's not a fact, right? So I definitely want to look into this, because
your feelings are valid.
I feel like,
absolutely.
Thank you. But I do feel like I don't know if we're not promoting school or something that is going to be, I don't know, I don't want to say money making, but something that's going to be fruitful,
Beneficial?
Enhancement.
or something.
Well, I mean, like,
Concrete.
think about it. Like, I mean,
like, okay, you didn't go to school, right?
I didn't go to school. I didn't keep on going after high school, right? But then I still kept on learning every fucking day on YouTube. You know what I mean? But I was just
Amen.
looking up what I wanted to learn.
And
And that was
just-
the
yeah.
option that was not given to me in high school or wherever it is. You know what I mean? Like,
But
it was
Jorge,
like,
how do you feel like you're doing now financially? Do you feel like you're doing great?
No,
What would you
like,
consider great? How
I
about
mean,
this? How about
okay,
this?
okay.
There's a study that says if you make $75,000 or more, it's considered happiness. They said happiness does have a price, and it's $75,000 a year. That's what
Damn,
it
my
is.
happiness is fucking much more than that.
Yeah.
Lit, right? So I'm saying. So based on that,
Yeah.
would you say the majority of Latin people are not happy? Just based on
would
that.
I would say
$75,000.
that's not that information is negative.
No, because listen,
I know so
Because
many
you can't
Hispanics.
go with money. Like, I mean, if you
Yeah.
say
And
money makes you
people-
happy, then you're never going to be happy, right? Because
Exactly.
So
money
the
is
$75,000 is because you're able to pay your rent on
Uh-huh.
time.
Okay, okay,
You're able to
Now
take
you're
care of
changing.
your stuff. That's what
Okay, okay,
75.
okay,
It's
that's
not
what you're
70.
talking
It's
about.
not you have 75,000.
Oh,
You're
okay,
automatically
okay,
happy.
okay.
It just
That
means
is
you're not worried
taken care
about.
of.
Yeah, you're not worried about
you
your
don't
next
have
rent bill.
financial worries.
Yeah, you're not
Okay.
worried about.
I think also our generation,
Car payment.
we kind of splurge on different things. We like to go out, we like to drink, we like to, smoke weed. Our parents saved my parents saved a lot of money by telling me, no, you can't have McDonald's today. Like, I didn't,
Yes.
being a little kid, I didn't know why I couldn't eat McDonald's every day,
or
you
why you
know?
couldn't
Or
do
get those
certain
Roxy
stuff.
shoes you always
Or those
wanted.
fucking Chucks. Like,
Yo,
no,
chicken
you had
nuggets
to,
are only
you had
$5
to
for
get
20,
the
guys.
kids.
And
I know,
and we
and
grew
even
up
like
with
that,
that.
my
You know what
mom
I
would
mean?
say
Like,
no.
we
Yeah, hay
grew up with
comida
that.
en la casa.
Or the Chuck E. Cheese pizza. You guys have no idea how much I wanted
We
to
never
get that
got the
shit.
Chuck E. Cheese
Pizza.
Oh,
pizza.
but now my kid, when we used to
Yeah.
go, ay, mijo, ¿quieres
Yeah.
pizza?
No, y
Oh,
luego-
now you
And
got
that's what we
money.
do. Like, that's
Yeah.
what, like, I mean.
So we spend money differently. Like,
Yes.
back then, our parents, they didn't have social media. They didn't have to flex. They didn't have these pictures showing them.
Well, they flex
These
with
are
the
the
deals.
these are the
I
standards.
mean, you still don't
of
technically
living.
have to flex though.
Well, no, I know,
Yeah.
but
it's the
there's
new world.
pressure.
Yeah.
There's
It's
that
the new
pressure,
world, baby.
and when you're
Yeah.
a kid and you're easily influenced, you aim to have this sort of lifestyle.
Or even us as growing up, going to school, there was always that
Like new clothes. and
Yeah.
Yes,
new
all that, which
backpacks,
I
and then-
you
yeah,
know?
and it's inevitable. Like, whether you did, you said you didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You kind of did give a fuck. I really didn't give a fuck, but I used to thrift.
She says
You still
you
like
give
thrift
a fuck, but she didn't give a
I mean,
fuck.
I gave a fuck. Okay, you know what? Actually,
I
let
gave
me
a
tell
fuck.
you
I
how
was a
much.
fucking
Let me
good
tell
girl.
you
Gave a
how
fuck.
much I gave a fuck. When I lived in Temecula, I decided I wanted to be homeschooled because the school that I went to, I felt a lot of pressure to look and dress a certain way, and I felt like I couldn't live up to that. So I decided to be homeschooled for that.
Yeah. See, I didn't even know that was an option. My mom, my
That is like-
Hispanic mom would have beaten my ass thinking, what?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
My mom would have been
My
like,
mom
Yeah,
would
yeah.
I never told my mom
Not
that,
an
but then I started stealing and going to the mall and stealing a bunch of clothes.
After you were homeschooled?
Yeah. And my mom would be like, where's all this clothes coming from? Because I had that. I needed to look and feel a
Validated.
certain way.
So it sounds like you did give a shit.
No, yeah, I'm saying, but I didn't give a I felt I'm saying, that's what I said.
I don't give a shit, but I gave a
But I
shit.
did
Yeah,
a
but I
shit.
didn't give a shit.
yeah,
but I was the only one who didn't give a
I
shit.
acted like I didn't give a shit, but I really did give a shit.
See, and I was a good girl. The worst that happened to me in high school was Saturday school. And I was like, oh, and my mom beat the
Damn.
fuck out of me. So did I ever do that again? No. But I did skip a lot of school, but I was really smart. I've always been smart. I never got caught on that way. I had so many ways of getting out of school without getting in trouble or getting that
She
absent.
finessed the
I
system
mean, I feel
in
like
place.
you're probably one of the smartest people here. So I'm just telling you right now.
Snap.
I'm just saying, you're making weed or weed. Wait, what is it?
Wigs,
That one.
pelucas.
Ballin'.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers
Thank
to that, guys.
you. Cheers.
Salud, guys.
Salud.
Cheers. Agua.
Bad luck to cheers with water, but yes.
Earlier you said something about in the water. You said, do you think there's that men are becoming more?
Oh yeah.
What did you say?
You know, Alex Jones. He talks about like the frogs are becoming gay. They're becoming like transvestites. The frogs, and it's
They're
because
what?
there's estrogen
Frogs.
in the water.
They don't use that word anymore.
Transvestites, transsexuals,
Transgender.
transgendered. Sorry about that, guys.
Frogs.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the point
yeah.
is that they were saying then that the men now are having more estrogen, so men are becoming less manly as time goes on. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, I think we kind of talked about that when we were watching the Lil Nas X video last time. To me, I personally
That was a tight video, though. You like the
The
video?
one with the devil?
I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? I don't believe in God anymore like that. I like to think that I'm a good person because I'm a good person.
Yeah.
So mom, hopefully you're not watching this, but yeah. I mean, I don't believe in that God stuff because I mean, that's like almost picking and choosing, right? Like, oh, you can have the Holocaust, but come on.
Yeah, I think
But God just still watched it all happen.
like I'm not into
chilling.
like idolizing pictures of like Jesus, Virgin Mary, and stuff like
How about
that.
that homie right there? Who's that?
Okay, so that's Tara.
That's a whole different.
Yeah,
subject.
we have
That's a homegirl.
me and her.
That's just a homegirl?
We go back.
How come she don't have a wig yet?
Because she has a crown.
She has a crown. That is.
That's her headpiece.
Way better.
What was I saying? So yeah, I mean, I think personally the only thing that bothered me was if and when Caleb is my son.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb would be on YouTube and he decided to look up Lil Nas X or Old Town Road or something and he would see it. That was like the only thing that kind of made me feel uneasy. I don't care that he dresses like a girl. I don't care if he wants to become a girl. I just think
I think he actually did come out though. He tweeted out that he said that I hope all you people that are judging my videos feel the same pain that I felt when I was getting ridiculed at 15 or 16 because I was
my
gay
problem
or something.
is not
like
with,
something like that. You know what I mean?
With that though, my problem is like you're putting a whole ass devil and you're like writing him. That's my problem. My problem isn't how he's dressing. My problem isn't that he's has long hair on stripper pole. My problem is that he's literally writing the devil. Like that's my problem.
What if it would have been Jesus? What if he would have been writing Jesus? Would
Oh
that have
my
been
God.
Jesus take the wheel.
If he would have
Oh man.
But then again,
don't believe
He
okay.
knew
that.
better than not.
But
I mean,
you know
that-
what? People would probably be even more mad about that.
He's doing exactly what he wanted to do. He
Yeah,
wanted
he
people to
wanted
talk about,
attention.
and because I don't
now,
even-
and honestly, the song is catchy.
yeah, the
It is,
song
it is.
slaps.
Fuck.
Yeah, when I heard it on the radio, I was like, okay, this sounds good, but I'm gonna change it just because I rather listen to oldies. But
That's
you know what I
super
mean?
Mexican.
It's just I don't know. I mean, it all just goes down to if my kid actually saw it. I think that would be the problem. But
then what
you
would
know
be?
what?
Like, what do you think?
But
you know?
I'm okay. Listen, I'm the mom that posted a rave and a whole lot of ass and a whole lot of twerking. And so I call him on Saturday. I'm like, oh, hey, what are you doing? He's like, oh, nothing, just hanging out. He's like, I know where you went. I know what you were doing. Leanne showed me. And I'm like, oh, my God. I was like, what did you see? He's like, I saw it all. And I'm like, a whole lot of ass. And he's like, Mom. I'm like, what? That's what it was. It was a whole lot of ass shaking. So,
I have a question though. How do you feel about your kid seeing that stuff?
I mean, okay.
And sorry if I sound like mean.
We're
Just
very
answer.
open. We're like that Mexican family that will talk about inappropriate things at the dinner table. Like yesterday we went to dinner with my parents and like we were talking about getting mussels, baked mussels. And I was like, oh, how do you say mussels in Spanish? And my mom was like, músculo? And I was like, no, you say choro. And then she was like telling my dad, like, oh, like, ¿quieres un músculo? Like, being super raunchy and inappropriate. And we're just like, I don't know. And then there was like no forks, right? Because there was chopsticks. And then my mom's like, ¿qué no puedes comer con palito or something? And then just like saying these things, we have like, we're very inappropriate as a family. And so I get it. And like,
It runs down.
but we're not fucking writing devil dick.
Yeah. See, and with me, well, my kid's only
I'm just
5,
saying
but I don't know.
you have boundaries. Obviously.
Yeah.
Like, there's boundaries and
And it's one thing to see a visual, and it's another thing to just joke and talk about it.
Well, most of the time, if you're talking about like, Jazzy tries to like pull into like in conversations, and she's like, "What? And I'm like, "Well, if you don't understand me, like obviously it's not a conversation for you, baby girl. You know what I mean? Like if you're like asking me what, like hey, like you're here, like my mom would be like, hey, hey, escucha, pero no preguntes. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to be part of this table, like right here where you're at, you know what I mean? Like, listen, don't ask questions, and, you know, like, this is an adult conversation.
And
so I'm leaving you be here, like,
I would get kicked out on those conversations.
Kicked out. Like, hey, mijo, vete a ver si ya
And you
puso la
know
puerca.
what? I'm very open and honest with my son, and I think that's what sets me apart as a parent, that when he does get exposed to, maybe he does see fucking Lil Nas X twerking on a devil dick, and then he'll be like, oh, my mom posts her friends twerking at a rave, so
no big deal.
No big deal, you know? Kind of thing. So it's kind of like easing him into it, but like not really, because he's going to get exposed to this crazy shit at one point. We all did.
Or maybe he's already exposed, but he's just so pure.
And the thing with me is, I rather like you can like sit here and tell your kids like all the fucked up things in the world, and like, but it's like what good is it gonna do them? Like, it all just depends on how you tell them, because you could tell them all of, you know, about the Holocaust and all this crazy shit, and it's like scare them, or you could sit them down, talk to them, tell them, you know people. There's some people think they're better than others, and you know, this is why, you know, we should all recognize that we're made equally, and you know, unfortunately we don't all have the same opportunities, but you know, we have a chance at life, and we can make the best of it. And that's my rant for the day.
I like, and like, we do have all like our own opportunities to make it here. We're in the greatest land in the world, you know, like we're in the greatest country in the world. You know, like there's a reason why.
I think we're like, number 11 or something on the scale.
I was like,
but you know, like us cocky Americans,
we're made to think that we are.
Cocky Americans, you know, like we're in the land of opportunity. We're here, you know, like our parents brought us here because they had a vision. They had, you know, like whether our ancestors or parents, you know, or you know, like whoever is dreaming about coming over here. This is the land of opportunity. This is where you get to be who you want to be. So I mean, I think, like you know, like the same thing that
making them wigs, girl.
The same thing that our parents went through to get here. Like, it's the same thing that's causing us to change that
struggle,
that mentality and that struggle too. Like, because I think we were just building our own ways, like saying like maybe it's not the norm to go through high school. Maybe we can do it this other way, or maybe we don't have to get.
But is that successful for the majority though?
That's
hard.
I think. Bro, it's like the same thing as like Lil Nas X. It's the same thing as any Tekashi 6ix9ine. Like, that guy made it because he believed in himself. So like, the thing that we're trying to promote here is for you to believe in yourself. Because if you believe in yourself, you're gonna find that vision and you're gonna follow that vision.
Yes.
And if you have a clear mentality on no matter what it has to do, like you don't have to get a degree to tell you're a doctor. Because there's probably a lot of doctors that have that degree that are probably not very good doctors. You know, so it's just like,
yeah, but they get paid like doctors.
But they get paid like doctors. But like, I would rather have somebody that loves their job and does what they do because they love it and not because of the money or the degree that they have right there. Because I've gone to a lot of people that are just like you say, like, oh, little pop-ups or little things, and like, you know, people are making their own little like Chammoy. And
that's legit.
You know, and you see this stuff at the stores, and you go and try the ones that are like made out in the market, and you can tell they're watered down. You can tell they're nasty, you know. But you go into somebody and you see like this is their hard work, and this is what they're putting.
Irma's, what is it called?
Some Irma's Cannabis Kitchen. So and follow them on Instagram, Irma's Cannabis _kitchen. So you know, like, and you get these people, you get people that are actually interested in what they do, passion. You know, so the money will come later. I mean, I think, anything that you do, I think, and it depends, like you said, like it all depends on yourself, on who you are. Like, what are you really striving for? Am I striving for to live comfortably, like you said, like live in that $75,000 range a year and live comfortably? And you said, and some people do want that. Some people realize that they get. Some people realize that they get that comfortable, and I'm like, oh, you're shit, fine, man, I'm good right here.
Yeah.
And then they don't move from that job, and they're just done right there.
Yes.
And there's some people that get to the 75 and like, I can't, and I gotta keep going, and I gotta keep going.
So who are you, Jorge? Who are you? Because I'm the type that goes to 75K, and I'm like, I'm blowing that out the water. Let's double that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And I think, and
you are.
That's what I want to be. Like, I want to be in that, you know, like that's why I try to like learn as much as I can. DJ, I try to, you know, shirt, business, graphic design, entrepreneurship, you know, little things like this that, you know, are also, you know, like I can't go back to high school now. Like, you know, I can't go back to college because all that time wasted. Like, you know, like I can't
if you could,
double back down on that.
I feel like you wouldn't.
And I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't be like motivated or focused to do it, because it's just like, at the end of now, I'm just like, right now I'm running, and then that means that I have to go back and sit down. And then sitting down is going to be like more of a struggle because I'm thinking like, fuck, I could be making, like taking care of this client over here. I can be doing this and that and stuff like that. Whether it is, like if you're getting that degree, like you're still going to have to work for it. A degree, 3, 4, 5 years. This is the thing.
My mom and my dad work hard. My father worked 10-hour days, Monday through Saturday. He only had Sundays off to hang out with us. Like my dad used to tell me to work to the bone. But I don't think that's the right thing. No. I don't want to work to the bone, but I want to make a lot of money.
You got to find your niche. You got to find your passion. You got to find something. I will say, I do know where you're coming from because I grew up with people with the mentality that you have, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's great, and I like it because...
Definitely nothing wrong, guys.
No, definitely not. Mm-hmm. There isn't because... And I will back it up. If I would have had the opportunity to go to college, I would have. In my bucket list, and it's still in my bucket list, is to go to college. I've never crossed it off. I've never removed it because I don't feel like I want to remove it. It's all the way at the very bottom, but it's not one of my priorities. The reason I couldn't go to college was because I didn't have a Social Security. I had to go a whole different route to have the opportunities that I have. If I would have had the privilege to have a Social Security at the ages 17 or 18, you best believe I would have gone the college route. So I have nothing against that, and I love it, and I think it's really smart, and it's amazing. And would it help my business more? Probably. I'm pretty sure.
But I will say you made it without it. But
well, let me tell you,
not just definitely not the majority though. I don't think our people are like that.
Not just that. No, actually, I think you're probably wrong on that because or at least the people that my circle or the people I'm around with, they think that way and they see it that way. For example, I'm going to use this really, really great example. I feel like I'm talking about Edwin like this whole episode.
Yo, Edwin, shout out to Edwin. Yeah.
Edwin works at Rancho Bernardo Inn, and they forlogue him, and then they had him come back. So he's a cook. And so what happened was they had this whole, like, obviously they let him go, they had him come back, and like he doesn't have his degree to like do all this stuff that he's doing, but because he is such a hard worker, they had him come back. On top of that, they put him in a better position. They just recently had like kind of like employee of the month. So there's like over like 600 employees there, and he got the memory maker.
So I'm saying, like, so he sounds like another person who's making it, but how about the 599 people?
But see, he wouldn't believe in that. Let her finish. Let me tell you, he would not believe in that shit. So he right now, because of the whole pandemic, they forlogue him. He went and got this other job, and he started that. Then they had him come back at Rancho Bernardo. He kept both of the jobs. Now, the Edwin that I grew up with and like stuff, he would never believe in himself the way he is, the way and the place he is right now. And I tell him this with no shame, and I'm just maybe a little punk to say that, but it's thanks to me. I remind him how fucking badass and smart and intelligent and amazing person he is, just like we do when we're here in this podcast. We talk to all of our listeners, and even just people that we know, and we've gotten a lot of people that connect with us. I'm mentoring a 15-year-old, shout out Christina, who is going to start her own lash business. Nice. Like me, I started that. I have another girl before that I also kind of like gave her that big old push. I'm like, get the samples, do this, da 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 da. And she started her own lash business, and she has a good amount of following, and I'm pretty sure she's selling because she's promoting it up the yum yum. Same thing with Christina. We're talking
the butthole.
The butthole.
The yum yum.
But no, seriously, I mean, it's like believing in yourself. If I wouldn't have had the person that mentored me believe in me the way that she did, if Edwin wouldn't have had me to believe in him like I do, he wouldn't believe in himself. And now we're in a whole other level, like legit.
But your story's awesome, though. I'm not saying your story's not awesome, though.
But you're talking about like the other 500 people that are not going.
The 599 people who weren't employed.
That's why we're here, to wake them up and get them going. Those 2 girls that started the lash business, they probably wouldn't have done it. I mean, I don't know. I know one of the girls had in mind, and she's like, yeah, and she was buying my lashes at the time. She came to my house to pick them up. I'm like, no, order them, order a sample, order this. Like, I was like, dude, what to do? And guess what? Next thing you know, boom.
But like you said, in our community, you're talking about she's, one of the other ones, because in our community, people don't cheer you like that.
Not just that.
don't.
Why would I
Yeah.
want someone that I grew up with or went to school with or even that I just met
Somebody
start
would think
a lash
it's
business?
a
Which is,
competition.
the only competition is
Right,
myself.
exactly. And that's why you're one of one.
That's what I'm saying, though. Yeah, but the majority of our people are just suffering.
Could we finish Edwin's story?
Yeah. So like with Edwin.
Yo, shout out Edwin.
Down. You better listen to this.
So
So
the episode's gonna be called Shoutout Edwin.
Yay! King Edwin. So he got okay. So out of all the other cooks, because there's a shitload of other cooks that went to school, culinary, blah blah blah, spent how much money I don't know, and years to have the position
To work at a 5-star
resort,
yeah.
not even hotel, a
Resort.
resort.
Get that right,
you
girl.
know, like. Edwin got this like opportunity to break down. I'm gonna get it wrong, but like to get this other position. Do you remember what it was?
chef.
Ni me acuerdo que era something like that. And it's like you can't get those opportunities unless, like you
You
said,
have a degree. You have
there's that
references.
1%.
You have
How?
experience.
By fucking
And
believing
he
in
worked
yourself.
his way from the bottom to the
Oh,
top.
and let me
that's
tell
not-
you,
that's-
you want to
again,
know
that's
where
not
he
common.
started? So
I
you
like
want to
this,
know how
but he's
where
not
he
common.
started? He started working at Rady Creek here in Escondido golf course. He was
That
the
doesn't even
golf-
exist anymore.
Oh, it doesn't exactly.
I like
It's
your
Welks.
I like your backup right here.
Yeah. Oh, can you tell?
Coming in with the facts.
So he started working at the Rady Creek doing greenskeeper. He was a greenskeeper, worked his way, moved to Rancho Bernardo because he's always been passionate about being a cook. And I was like, dude, do it. Look for a job. Look for it. Get a transfer. Just transfer. And here he is. Many
I mean,
years
to
later.
me, Edwin sounds like he's a boss, right? And like,
Okay.
this is what I always say. Hard work beats talent.
Yeah.
When talent doesn't
But
work
he
hard,
didn't- but
right?
see, he
So he
has,
looks
like-
like he was working hard, right? He may not
Yeah.
have the talent to go to school and become a culinary chef in that
No,
sense.
he never believed that. He didn't even finish high school. He didn't even go back and I pushed him for a very, very long time when we were
remember.
dating. And even afterwards, yeah, to go get even like at a point, I was like, okay, don't get your high school diploma, just get your degree. And he tried and tried, but just like me, he doesn't care for school. Now, here we are with my 5-year-old. He doesn't care for school. So am I going to push him? Absolutely not. We're going to find out what he's into. He's really wanting to be a DJ. I already told Nasty, like, you got to freaking throw some rates, get him going, get him into it. Yeah, that may
Do
not
that again.
be.
Do that again. How do we DJ? Okay. All right.
And actually, it's like,
Yeah, you gotta have the hand.
Yeah, you gotta have the headphones.
Shake it. Obviously, that's not going to be the only income, just like Nasty. He's a great entrepreneur and a great example for my son to see that, yes, you can be a DJ, but you're also going to have the other 9 incomes that you told me you're going to have because someone's going to take care of me. Like today, he didn't want me to come to...
Side note.
he didn't want me to come because we were doing like homework. And he's like, no, Mom, just stay. And I'm like, no, I got to go work because I got to pay bills. You know that. And he's like,
Were
okay.
you getting paid for this?
No, but it's exposure.
I'm just kidding.
I mean,
marketing.
And not just that, it gets me going. Oh, and I'll tell you how we do. I'll wait on that one. So I told him, I'm like,
with Irma's.
nope,
We
so
just-
much better.
We don't know her. We just met her.
So, going back to that, like how I told him, like, I got to work to take care of you, or pay the bills and take care of you. He's like, okay, when I grow up, Mom, I'm going to take care of you. And you know what I said? I was like, yes, you are. Like, you better know
You're
you're
gonna
take
wipe
care
the
of me.
butthole.
So let me ask you. So do I get paid? Maybe I'm not getting...
Butthole.
Monetary.
I'm not getting like legit fake cash that rules our world. No, I'm not getting paid that. But I am getting paid in experience. I am getting paid in
She's developing her voice.
I believe in myself. I got at this message because this girl knows Little, or like seen her stuff that she's worn my wigs and stuff, and she hit me up and she's like, hey, would you like to come and talk a little bit more about your wigs and toppers to our barbers and cosmetology people, students? I jumped on it and I was like, yeah, I did it. And I went and did a class and I taught them about it. And I steam it, I style it. I told them, like, yeah, for a steam and style, I charge $40. For a haircut, they charge $25. And they were like, what? Like, they all flipped. They were like, what? No way. I have 5 girls. Oh, that's another people that we would get. So this does pay off. I have 5 people that are super interested in getting into the hair industry. So what did I do? I hit up Debbie and I was like, hey, Debbie, we have these students that are interested. Can they go under my account of Wigs by V and go to you guys, John Renault, where I buy my wigs, and get educated like we got educated, and just go under my account? What did they say? Yes. So what did I become? How did I learn? What did I get from this? Yeah, not physical fake money that rules the world, but I got so much more than that.
I have a question. How is it fake money if it rules the world? That's number
It's
one.
fake.
Second question is, are you not? I mean, this is what you're telling me, that you're a boss ass bitch and you're living it up, right? But again, I'm just saying not the majority of people can do that.
Everybody can do it.
Ah, man, that's I think that's a fallacy to believe that everyone can make it, because clearly not everyone's making it.
I think
I gotta get everybody to hit me up.
There you go. Hit her up. Hit her up.
I think
Should get them eyelashes on.
Forget lashes. Whatever they
I'm torn
believe in.
between both of you. I'm like right in the middle because I'm a realist. I understand the issues that we have in this society, especially when it comes to raza and black folk and minorities, which, you know, we really are the majority, but we're seen as the minorities. I do think.
Are we the majority in America?
I think California at least.
Yeah, we are. In Escondido, yeah, we are.
I mean, Escondido. Let's break it down to just this block right here. We definitely are.
In this house, yes, we are.
At DJ
No, it just goes back to, you know, it is all about mindset, but again, you know, we talk about people blaming it on, you know, it's in their genes and all this other shit, but I definitely do think we are, maybe not we, you are part of, you know, the few that definitely just went against all odds.
But there's a lot of people that are changing. Like a lot of people, like you say,
Like
like
you're waking up.
You say that, like, okay, you say that, not the majority of people, right? But like if you really think about it, like if I look around, when I look around at my raza, I see landscapers that have their own business. I see people that have their own, you know, like that own their own boutique stores, that they own their own party rental stuff. You know, like at the end, like it might not be something that is concrete, or like say like they're not making it. Like, you know, to where they're living comfortable, but they, you know, they're actually like they're setting the stage for the next generation, right? Because my dad had, like, in order for me to get where I'm at, I had to watch my parents and how they struggled and how they did their shops and what they're doing. So now, like, what I'm doing is I'm trying to set up like a system now. So now we set up a way to make money, right? So now I've acquired the knowledge of what I need to become a DJ. So you know what? So I've worked in DJing for the past 10, 15 years. And, you know, like I'm learning every day. Now I'm getting more gigs and weddings and stuff like that. So I'm more seasoned, you know what I mean? Like kind of like how Earl says, you're a seasoned DJ, right? So like how you kind of go in. So now the thing that I got to figure it out is how can I make money from me being seasoned and passing that down to other people and showing them the same way that Earl showed me, the same way that we got that experience from him, passing that down to other people and being able to gain money from that type of experience, right? So the next thing is also too, so like a business, you know, like a business is, you know, like sometimes when you own a business, you don't really own a business, you own work. You know, because you are the employee, you're the worker, you're the salesman, you're the marketing, you're every single thing in one company.
You're
you know,
business.
You know, and that's what happens. So like the thing that we have to kind of start turning our wheels is how can we explain these businesses for people, like you say, everyday normal people, to be able to like understand this entrepreneurial shit and be able to like hop in on it and make it that much easier for them. Like I said, you know, write down every single thing. Like Wigs by V is going to be Wigs by V, and it's going to be internationally known, you know, throughout the whole country. Why? Because the way that V does her business is exactly the way that other people are going to do their business. So when people want to buy a franchise from V, they're not just going to buy Wigs by V. They're going to buy a whole system plan of how she deals with customer, how she takes care of the wigs, how she does that. So she's showing these other people that are buying her brand the way to run that successful business. So that business is becoming like a little money thing. Like
she's I don't know who this person is, but she sounds badass.
And
she's Google her.
She's gonna be
5-star shoddy.
5 stars, 150 reviews.
Yeah. So, girl, I mean, I'm with you.
am.
So
I like this.
and you build this thing, and people are gonna be, and it's gonna become more easier. Like you say, like how can we get those other 599 people to do the same thing that we're doing?
Can 599 people do
Are
that?
they
They
willing
can.
to?
Are they willing to?
That should be the
And
question.
it
Are
all
people
depends.
willing to?
Are you
Can they?
comfortable?
Yes.
Are you
Are they
comfortable
willing
enough?
to?
Like we all get comfortable. Like I can stay in bed like in the morning and not go to work. I can decide that. You know what I mean?
Morning to go to the gym, guys.
Nice.
And that's in
That's great.
you, bro. That's in you to go get in every day and get that in. You know what I mean? Like there's a structure in your brain that says like if I don't fucking go and hit the gym, like I'm gonna feel fat today, and I'm never
get
gonna
them titties.
and I'm never
I'm
gonna
gonna get those
forget
big
about
titties.
it. You know, I'm gonna get those DJ Nasty titties, and
C cups.
and if I don't do this, you know, like I'm not gonna be able to strive. So what's gonna happen is like we need to build these systems for people to be able to like, you know, like follow them. You know, step by step, because we don't learn. Like, we don't need somebody with experience to come and take over our job. We just need somebody to come over with a want to learn and to get to strive and grow. So because that's the only way that you're going to be able to teach somebody something. You know, because you're going to teach them from the beginning all the way to the end. So when you set up a business and you set up like, you know, like we think about, oh yeah, I'm gonna become my own entrepreneur, and then you end up just working all day, right? So like, and that's what I don't want to do, like, because I see my parents work all day. I see my parents work like 10 hours, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. I see them work. That's not owning a business. That's owning, that's owning work.
That's
You
your
own
business
work.
owning you.
You know, and your business owns you. So like, what happens is like somewhere in the way we got lost. And something
but
happened.
But it also has to do
where
with
we
like
didn't get,
their old ways too, because they probably could take a couple of days off, but they choose not to. And I was at their restaurant this weekend, and I got to see your parents, and I mean your mom. You can tell she's.
Wait, what restaurant? We showing
the
them out?
ice cream shop, the palateria,
It's not even just ice cream shop. They have tacos, tortas, the
Yo, where's this at?
On Valley Parkway and
Oh
Rose.
my god, you gotta go.
Down
You
the
gotta go.
street?
I gotta go. I gotta support the fam.
And they have like
Maybe
if
I've never been
you
there.
need like any jewelry, or if you're gonna propose to your girl, or you just want to get her a ring, or
You got real
some
diamonds? You got
earrings.
Mexican diamonds?
No.
Hey, we
Oh,
got real
diamonds.
You tell
I'm
me.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. She looks fake.
Hey.
Anyway.
This bitch.
Okay, I read something today. Fernanda actually posted it. Shout out Fernanda over at Unión del Barrio.
Yo, shout out Edwin.
Yes.
Shout out Edwin. She posted, gentle reminder, you are allowed to be the first person in your family to begin doing things differently.
Ouch. Fuck yeah.
Amen to that.
That be me.
How does the rest of the family feel though when
They fucking hate it. My
Exactly.
mom, when I told my mom I was gonna start my own business,
cringe.
or that I wanted to, because
was like, "You're gonna fail."
She's like, she told me everything that would go wrong, and then I'm like, Mom, but what if I make it? Like, what if I do great things? What if I do become the wig lady? Like in 4 years from now, what if I am that person? We fast forward to 4 years.
She's been
and
that
I
bitch.
am that wig lady. I am connected to hospitals. I am connected to people that like even there's this other huge wig store in Solana Beach. It's called Strut, and this owner has 3 wig stores. Well, one of their girls called me this week and sent me a client. That tells you a lot. You know, like
cool.
that tells you, like, there is obviously, like I said earlier, there's no competition. We are our own competition, but it just tells you, like, how much you care. And then again, can the other 600 or whatever other people be entrepreneurs? Absolutely, if they want it. I've gone sleepless nights. I've gone to work with like an hour of sleep, whether it's because, like, for example, this weekend that I went out and for the first time went and partied till 4 a.m.
What?
Yeah.
No wonder you didn't want to tell us about your
And
whole
then-
weekend.
CEO of the company.
And then
drinking.
actually I was the designated driver. We went to Temecula, and I was like, okay, we gotta
Wait, so
come
you're
back.
drinking and you were the designated driver?
I was the designated driver. I only had 1 beer.
Okay.
That's just it.
Where
But
did you go into Temecula?
Temecula? I went to 3 different bars. Yeah, it was really nice. We went. I can't tell you the first one because I can't remember, but I know it was
Bailey's.
Bailey's
And she
for
wasn't
sure.
drinking, guys, and she
We had
wasn't drinking.
one. No,
no,
I just
but you don't
told them.
remember
I
the first
know-
one.
No,
You don't
I'm
remember the
so
first
bad
one?
with names.
Probably
though.
that's the second one.
No,
Maybe the
Bailey's
last
What
one.
was your name again? Just kidding.
I mean, do you guys remember my name?
Actually,
I just
don't.
remember Little
Tony
and then
Bellotti?
Wig Lady. That's what I got you right
V.
now. V. And then I
Weed
got
Lady.
Little. That's what I got. I don't know.
But yeah.
okay.
Weed Lady. Weed
Well,
Lady.
that's
And then that
fun. Stampede?
Oh, that was fun, man.
Stampede.
I was dancing.
Yeah?
I followed them. It reminded me of like Caballo Dorado. That shit was fun.
Yeah.
And the guys look so sexy in it.
So all the guys wear cowboy
Shout out
boots
Edwin.
and cowboy
Shout out
hats.
Edwin.
Shout out Edwin.
Yo, get Edwin like one of those country hats, those cowboy
I'm about
hats.
to fucking get some of
Una
those
milekis,
boots.
milekis.
No, honestly, what was sexy is
The
the way
boots
they
with
slide.
with the like
With
the
the long
with the long
ass-
like
Oh,
finger. I
hell
don't know what
yeah.
it's called.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, those are
Fuck
different.
no. That's a whole different
He's
case.
gonna be home waiting for you in boxers, a cowboy hat, and one of those.
I don't
long
even think
boots.
I think it was more like the way they were dancing that was so
Yeah.
hot. It was just hot. It was just like slide.
Do that again, so I can learn.
To the left, or what is it?
To the left.
To the right.
To the left. To the left.
Not twist. I'm just kidding.
That's yeah.
Oh my god.
Great
You
talk.
guys are funny. That was great. So what's up? Are you do you feel like getting into the podcast world or what?
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking for a while. I mean, I'm a little bit more around here. I just wanted to get to know you guys, especially
Yeah.
where you guys are coming from, because it's my first time. So, but it's been fun.
Did we
Yeah.
pop your podcast cherry?
My butthole cherry.
Baho. We're just gonna name this Baho.
Baho.
Toes and Bahos.
Toes and butthos.
So yeah, so keep an eye out for that OF fans coming out soon. We'll dropping links, and hopefully you can get on the first month. I think we're gonna do half off. So
Yeah.
that's fun.
We're gonna put discount code. Shout out Edwin.
Shout out to discount code.
Oh man, we'll leave it at that.
Crazy. Oh, I love it.
Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been another episode of System in Place.
Much love and support.
Shout out to
Love
the
you
Toe and
guys.
Baho.
Shout out Edwin.
Thanks for joining us, Tony.
Mr.
Hey.
Tony Kings, appreciate you very much, man. Thank you. You've been a great guest.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye.